Hey everyone. Welcome to our new coach training bootcamp. This is an awesome time for us to kind of get together and talk about what we've been learning. So up to this point, you've been working with your mentor coaches and you've been been introducing yourself to the program and also being able to learn how to explain it really well. And so we're going to go a little bit more into depth about that today. But the first things first, I want to hear how everyone's week has been. This last week we had our challenge on dream weaving, and that was something that we've been looking at. So you guys, how's the dream weaving going?
Good.
Tell me about it, Alita.
I used Pinterest instead of the one that Jackie gave me the link to.
Good.
And I spent a lot of time on Pinterest.
Kind of a black hole.
Yeah, looking at a lot of different things that I wanted in my life. You know, things with like house, things that I wanted to try to learn how to make, like as far as food goes, so that I can eat healthy, yummy things. Basically, those two things that have to do with my home and care of feeding my family.
Great. So you've been creating that dream board. You know, that's really important. When we write down our goals, that's when they're actually goals. Until then, they're just kind of hopes and dreams. And so putting that dream board, you'll be surprised the things that are on your dream board. As you keep it kind of right there in front of you, you're going to get it, and it's going to be awesome. So what about you, Connie? How did the dream weaving and how's everything going?
Well, I did 3 training calls with Wendy, and it went really well. She did all of those because that's what I wanted her to do, so that I could get more used to it. But today I'm doing my first call with my sister. We'll be leading it, so I'm looking forward to that and do a little bit more dreaming at that time. I'm glad as my sister that I'll be doing it with her because I'm, pretty comfortable with her. So.
That's great. That's so great. You know, those practice calls are awesome, and it's so nice to be able to practice with family, right? It's a lot less scary. I don't know. Sometimes it can be more scary. It really depends.
Sometimes it's nicer to do it with a stranger.
It's true. I would rather talk to a complete stranger. It's true. I would. That's fantastic. So let's see. Lauren, are you on? I think she's just coming in. That's fine. So last week we talked about why dream weaving is important. And have you guys noticed when you ask more questions to the people around you, what has changed? Have you noticed any changes?
I haven't really been around anybody.
What was the question? I didn't hear.
So with dream weaving and asking people questions, have you noticed any kind of difference in the fact that you're making an effort to ask more questions? You know, how has that changed the way you interact with other people?
It's definitely like it kind of just pushes you, like for me, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. I talked to 2 strangers since we last talked, and they weren't like, oh my gosh, that's so cool or anything. They just kind of nodded, smiled politely, and shrugged a little bit and went on their way. But it was different. I don't normally talk to just random people who happen to be standing next to me or, helping me check out at the food line, things like that.
Good. That's great. You know, that's awesome. And that kind of goes into what we're talking about this week. Connections is what we're talking about, and how we need to develop a long-lasting connection. Now, this is the heart line of our business, is building relationships with people. And can we agree that if you didn't know your mentor coach, and if you didn't know your mentor coach cared about you, would you want to do this?
Nope.
Right? Nope. Or even try to do the program. Not even just coach, but not even do the program, right?
Yeah, it would take a lot. It basically, like for me, I was forced to even try to take care of myself the way that I needed to be. It was Jackie didn't care about me and I didn't know the things that she's been telling me these past years, I probably would just be on the medication that the doctor told me about and not actually making any real improvements. And it's interesting is that both of them tie together for me. Is if I don't take my medication and but I'm eating well, I feel better, but there's still some like side effects. But if I just take the medication and don't and just eat like normal things like what everybody else eats, then I get really sick if it doesn't help. I'm sure it helps heal like, but as far as like the side effects, they don't go away. So like the two tied hand in hand. So if I didn't know the things that Jackie's told me over the years, I wouldn't have that. I would still be healing more or less, but I would have those side effects added a lot. And so
Great. Thanks, Aleda. And it's true. It's not until you make that connection and have that relationship do you build that trust, right? And so that's really what we do. We try and build trust with people around us. Now, is it to make them be our clients? Is that what we're trying to do? No. Nope. You'll find that when you try and push someone, they want to run the other way. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like working with a 2-year-old. I've got little ones, and so it's kind of like working with the 2-year-olds. You try and push them to do what they should be doing, but they want nothing of it. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to try it. They don't want anything to do with it because you're pushing. But if you make the offer and you give them a choice, most of the time they choose what you want them to choose anyway. So I find that it's similar with coaching, with what we offer with our program and people's health. So how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we build these relationships and connect with people? Do you guys have any suggestions for things that are working for you and connecting with people? Connie, I'll start with you.
Oh, I don't know very well. One of my weaknesses is ever since my mission, it's been something that I've always struggled with, that building relationships of trust. I talk well with people, but it's all surface. So for me, it's figuring out how to go into a deeper meaning rather than just the surface stuff.
Okay. Good. So, I think a lot of us have been there, and I definitely didn't feel like that was a natural skill set for me in asking a lot of questions. It was always, I could talk, but I didn't possess that easy quality of listening very well. I think the silence scared me, and I wasn't sure what kind of questions to ask. So, this week in our email, we actually have outlined a bunch of questions that you can ask to your potential clients. A bunch of questions. You can just ask the people around you, and I would suggest start with the people who are closest to you. Your mom, your dad, your sisters and brothers, a best friend, the people in your house. As you start to do this and ask lots of questions, just getting to know them and connecting with them, you're going to learn something about them that you didn't learn or didn't know before. What about you, Aleda? What have you found is working for you? Or maybe what are some of your struggles that you have in connecting?
I actually feel like I have it kind of easy talking to people, not necessarily like talking to them, but if the conversation comes up, just because if I go out, like whenever I go out, it's always about food. It's kind of set my whole life around food right now. But people will ask me, "Oh, do you want this? Do you want that?" And I'll be like, I can't have that. And they'll ask me why, and and I'll tell them, because of I can't digest it and all that stuff. And then I tell them, then I get to go into the story if they're really interested. And I get to go into the story of everything that's going on and what I'm doing to improve myself and like how much it's just helped me not only losing weight but just feeling better and having the energy to do things that I want. So it's harder for me to talk to people if it's not there's no fault. That's harder. I haven't really had any practice with yet, but if there's any type of conversation of food, then I consider myself lucky.
That's great. That's great. I'm getting a bit of feedback, so I'm just going to mute everybody real quick, if that's okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Is that better? I don't hear as much feedback. Okay. So, you're right, Aleda. It's sometimes when they bring up health, it's really easy to talk about what's happened, right? Because we're excited. We want to share that with them. But something that's even more important is just getting to know where they are in life. And so, have you called up someone recently that you haven't talked to in a long time? Or have you reconnected with an old friend that you haven't seen or heard from for many years? I've actually been doing this pretty frequently now, and it has been so much fun. It really has made a huge difference in the way that I am able to interact with people, and I don't feel like I have to push so hard with trying to spread the word with what I do. So here's a great tip. On Facebook, there's this wonderful thing called the green light system. But on the right-hand side of your Facebook browser, the right-hand side on the page, there is a list of all of your friends, and they have little green dots next to their names. Does everyone know what the green dot means? Sorry, I'm going to mute you, Aleda. What does it mean, Aleda?
That they are online at the same time you are.
They are online. So this is what's magical about that. It is the green light to say, I want to chat with somebody, right? Maybe they don't really want that to be it, but that's what I say. So you just jump on and look through that list and just send a message to someone that maybe you haven't connected with for a long time. Hey, I saw that you're on. Wow, it's been so long. What have you been up to? Ask them questions about them. Oftentimes they'll come back and say things like, fill you on what's going on, and then ask, how are you? And then that kind of opens the door for you to tell them about who you are, what you're doing, catch them up what's going on with your life. Take that opportunity to tell them that you're a health coach. That's okay. That's totally okay. But it would be nice if you start off leading with questions, asking about them. A lot of times for me, I was connecting with a lot of people at the same time, so I had many chat windows open, which is really, really fun. But as I was connecting with them, they were mentioning, hey, I saw that you're a health coach. It looks like your health is doing really well. You're looking amazing, things like that. I say, it's such a blessing to be able to help people with their health. I really do love that I can stay at home. So tell me more about this. And I bring it back to them, because that's not the point of my conversation, is to give them all of my spill and turn it into an interested call and convert them into becoming a coach and all these other things. That's not my intent. My intent is to just connect with them. And I've seen, as I've done this, my relationships with these people are much, much better. And oftentimes this opening doors for, maybe if they aren't ready to do a program or anything, they actually know someone who is ready, and they're sending them my way because they know and they trust me, right? So that's definitely something that's so important for us to do. When you're connecting with people, just make it as genuine as possible. Ask questions about what they're doing, because when you're more interested in them and their world, they're going to walk away feeling so happy and awesome for that conversation. So, hey, Natalie, how are you? Glad you can join us.
Thanks. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we're just talking about making connections. And so this week, I want to issue a challenge to all of you. You guys, I want you to reconnect with someone either over Facebook or on the phone. Give them a call and reconnect with them. Just find out how they're doing. Ask questions and just listen. That's it. Ask questions and just listen. And if they ask you questions back, you can answer. But really establish that connection that you have with the people around you, because no man is an island. We're not supposed to be just kind of operating in our own world. The only way that we're going to get the message out about what we're doing is if we talk to people. And you don't have to do it to push one thing or another or tell them what you're doing. You can just connect with them and be genuine. Does that sound like you guys can do that? Awesome. Do you have any concerns or questions on how that can be done? No? Easy, easy. Okay. So really, you guys, this is the lifeblood of our business. It is building relationships. Once you get that down, everything is so easy. It's easy to talk about what we do. It's easy to bring up health with someone that cares about you and that you care about. It's easy to be able to support them as clients because you're asking a lot of questions. Instead of telling them what to do, you're asking. So hang on. Okay, I had to look at my other reminder. So this week you're going to get your email number 3, or training email number 3. It's going to have a quick video by Jackie about how to connect. She's the master. She's so good. Watch that. She's got some great ideas of how to make that connection more organic, more heartfelt, and more genuine. And then also, I would highly advise, for those of you who are local, and I know there are many on this call who are, please join us. Thursday, we have a health coach training, and that's going to be at Stevens Henniger College in Orem. It's right off of University Parkway, and it's from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Now, from 6 till 6:45, that's going to be the time where they do the program presentation, where they talk about the program, and also have a little presentation on coaching and what it means. So this is a prime opportunity to bring people who have been wondering what you do. Invite them to come with you. Invite them to come and sit next to you. Tell them you'll answer all their questions, but you'd love for them to come hear some inspiring stories. They're going to have a ton of people sharing stories, so it's totally going to be worth your while. Yeah, there will be two global directors who will be presenting, Wendy Hendry and Amanda Flake, and they're awesome. So, you know, bring your people who are interested in the program, people who are wanting to, maybe who would be great health coaches that you would love to work with. Invite them to come and just learn a little bit more. It's a fun, relaxed environment. It's a great place. Afterwards, starting at 7 o'clock, they will have a training for all health coaches, and your friends and family are welcome to stay. Those who are kind of looking into it are welcome to stay. And all you need to do is bring a pen and some paper and just hold on, because we've got some really great training, very specific. So if you're just starting out like you guys, we're going to have some great training on that, on how to get started, so that you have a good foundation for your business, but make it very simple. But then there's also advanced training as well, and lots of different ideas that will help you really get excited and start your business off right, okay? Okay, so I will let you to it. We'll end our call here, but if you guys will just connect with your mentor coach after you've gotten your email, look through it, keep working on your other emails, working on your story, make sure that you're working on dream weaving, practice dream weaving with people around you, asking questions, find out what they really want out of life. It's so fun for you to do, and as you do that, you're going to build relationships and connect with them, okay? All right. Well, any other questions before we go? Wave your hand. No? All right. Well, I will see you guys at the training on Thursday, but have a great week. Talk to you later.